Town Possum, Outback Possum. There's a place in the scrub at the back of Beyond where eucalyptus grow alongside a cool pond in Spring Hollow. Enjoying his rest, Jackal the possum lay curled in his nest. One day he peeked out to take in the view of the sparkling pond and the sky of deep blue. My life in the treetops, he thought, is pure bliss. There's nowhere down under as special as this. Just then, far below him, Jack heard a new sound. "G'day," a voice shouted from down on the ground. "I've come for a visit. Your place sure is pretty," yelled Jessie, Jack's cousin who lived in the city. Jess climbed up the tree and said, "What's there to do?" "That's easy," Jack said. "We can look at the view." So they watched the sun gradually sink in the sky as they munched their way right through Jack's gum leaf supply. But after 3 days of Jackal's dull cooking and 3 endless nights of just sitting and looking, Jessie the possum began to feel bored. She longed to return to the town she adored. "Jackal," she said, "you have been really kind, but the life in the outback is boring, I find. Try living at my place," said Jessie the possum. "My life in the city is totally awesome." Jessie looked so excited that Jack said all right, and the pair caught a train on the very next night. They slept through the journey, and when they awoke, Jessie cried, "This is it. We're in the big smoke." "Come on," Jessie said. "Let's get something to eat. There's a cafe down here at the end of this street." Jackal spotted a sign for Benito's buffet, so he took off and scampered inside the cafe. On the top of each table, Jack saw a red rose, wafting heavenly smells to his sensitive nose. So he climbed on a table to take a quick bite, but before he could swallow, poor Jack got a fright. A man with a fork scared him off with a shout. "You miserable possum, go on now, get out!" With a squeal, Jack jumped down and scurried away, back out of the door of Benito's buffet. "We don't use the front door," Jess said with a sigh. "The rubbish bins have the best nibbles to try." So they dashed round the back where Jess hopped in the bin, and Jack gaped with delight as his cousin tucked in. There were biscuits and gravy and scraps of pot roast, puddings, and the fruit peels and crusty French toast. "Dig in," Jessie said with her mouth full of ham. So Jack scoffed a pancake with custard and jam. When their tummies were full, they strolled down the main road, where a dazzling display of bright neon signs glowed. "There's so much to look at," cried Jack. "I'm amazed, and my poor head is spinning. I'm dizzy and dazed." The smelly car fumes and the dust made him sneeze, so he backed. his cousin. Let's go home now, please. Jess chuckled and said, can't you handle the pace? But they jumped on the bus and were soon at her place. We're here, Jess declared as they came to a gate. But here comes a dog. Better run for it, mate. The dog chased them, snarling and snapping his teeth. They dived at the gate and squeezed underneath. Then they climbed up a wall and crawled through a gap, wriggling onto the roof, where Jess curled up to nap. But Jack thought his heart might burst out of his chest, and oh, how he longed for his cozy tree nest. He wanted to sleep, but noise kept him awake. Blaring and shouting, it made his head ache. What's that horrible sound? He yelled over the noise. Jessie yawned and said calmly, oh, that's just the boys. They get up bright and early to watch their TV. Jackal mourned, I don't like it. I miss my old tree. It might be exciting to live here in town, but it's just not for me, Jackal said with a frown. I've been chased by a dog and harassed by a waiter. The city is fun, but its dangers are greater. The back of beyond is the place I love best. It's a place where a possum can get a day's rest. He gave Jessie a hug, and he told her, "Hurrah! My visit is over. I need to shoot through. If home's where the heart is, I guess we agree. It's the city for you and the Outback for me."
Forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly in your red Corvette. Your hair, your look, your everything. When I see it all, I knew that you were mine. I'm in love with your hair, your lips, your silhouette in the moonlight shine. With my love you won't ever be alone. My summer love, been waiting for you, my love.